Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're tackling something huge in modern medicine. How do we make sure the AI helping our doctors is not just smart, but also safe? I mean, truly trustworthy when it comes to patient care. It's a big one.
So let's really think about this for a second. This isn't just some techie question, right? In healthcare, when an AI gets something wrong, well, it's not just a bug or a bad stock trade. It can have absolutely massive, life-changing consequences for a real person. The stakes? They're literally as high as they get.
All right, so here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll look at what I'm calling the AI safety gap. Then, we'll talk about a really powerful idea, uncertainty. After that, we'll peek under the hood at the anatomy of a safe AI, see how it actually works day to day, and finally, tie it all together to see how this builds real trust.
Okay, first things first. Let's really get a handle on the problem we're up against with AI in medicine right now. And believe me, it's a big deal.
You know, there's this disconnect, and honestly, it's pretty worrying. On one hand, you've got AI technology advancing at this incredible breakneck speed, but on the other hand, the safety rules, the frameworks we need to actually protect patients, they are lagging way, way behind.
And this right here, this is the heart of the problem. See, these AI models look amazing in a lab. They're like star athletes in a controlled practice session. But the real world, a chaotic emergency room where a doctor has seconds to make a call, that's a whole different ballgame. And in that game, all that flashy performance means absolutely nothing if you don't have guardrails, safety nets that shout, "Hey, wait a minute, I might be wrong here."
So the big question is, how in the world do we bridge this massive gap? Well, the answer is actually a pretty profound shift in how we look at AI's answers altogether. It's not just about the AI being right. It's about the AI knowing when it might be wrong.
And that brings us to this key idea. It's called uncertainty quantification. It's a bit of a mouthful, but the concept is simple. Instead of the AI being some kind of mysterious black box that just spits out an answer, poof, this approach forces it to be transparent. It has to show its work. It has to say, okay, here's what I think, but just so you know, here's how confident I am about it.
And wow, does this make a difference in the real world? Think about it. A normal AI might just give a flat black and white answer. Cancer detected. Okay, but what does a doctor do with that? Now compare that to an AI that's uncertainty aware. It says, cancer detected, but I'm only 60% confident because the image quality is kind of blurry. See? For a doctor, that extra piece of context isn't just helpful, it is everything. So you see, this is so much more than just a neat feature. It's a full-blown safety system. It's like giving the AI a superpower to know its own blind spots. It can flag when it sees something totally new that it wasn't trained on. It can raise its hand and say, hey, my performance seems to be slipping. And maybe most importantly, it changes the whole dynamic. The AI becomes a true partner, a collaborator that enhances a doctor's skills instead of trying to replace them.
Okay, so we've talked about the what and the why. Now let's pop the hood and look at the how. What does the architecture of an AI system that's built for safety from the ground up actually look like?
Think of a really safe AI like a fortress, built with multiple layers of defense. It all starts at the gate with data. You've got to have good, clean data, because you know the saying, garbage in, garbage out. Then, it doesn't just rely on one single AI model, no way. It uses a whole team of them, an ensemble, to vote on the answer. It's like getting a second, third, and fourth opinion, automatically. Only after that does it calculate the uncertainty, assess the risk, and then finally present it all in a super clear way for the doctor. And what's so smart about this approach is how each layer builds on the one before it. Uncertainty isn't some feature tacked on at the end. Nope. It's woven into the very fabric of the system. It's a core part of the process, tracked and managed every single step of the way. It is literally safety by design.
All right, so that's the blueprint, the architecture. But what does it look like in action? Let's follow a new piece of patient data on its journey through the system. How does it actually work in practice?
Well, it's a really dynamic process. First, it checks the quality of the input. Then it gets those multiple opinions from its team of models. It analyzes everything within the specific patient's context and intelligently flags anything that seems a bit iffy or uncertain. But honestly, the real magic is in that last step, continuous learning. This system doesn't just sit there. It's always watching, learning from new outcomes, and recalibrating itself. It's designed to get smarter and safer with every single patient case it sees.
Okay, this all sounds fantastic, right? But let's be real for a second. Is this just a cool idea on a slide deck, or is this something we can actually build and use today? The answer is a huge, resounding yes. This isn't science fiction. The tools, the building blocks for this kind of responsible AI, they're already here. They're being used right now. We're talking about powerful libraries like TensorFlow probability, incredible platforms like NVIDIA Clara for healthcare, and tools like MLflow to manage the whole thing. The toolkit is ready to go.
But here's the thing. Having the tools isn't enough. The real key is a shift in our whole mindset, in our culture. We have to stop accepting AI as this mysterious, opaque black box. Instead, we need to start demanding systems that are transparent, systems that are honest about what they don't know.
And that really gets to the heart of it, right? We have to remember that perfect, 100% certainty, well, it's just not possible. The goal isn't to build some all-knowing crystal ball. The real goal is to build a reliable partner for our doctors, a partner that can quantify, communicate, and help them manage uncertainty effectively.
So, I want to leave you with this one question to think about. Maybe the most important thing we can ask an AI, especially one that has a say on our health, isn't what's the right answer, but rather, how sure are you? Because if we start making that the most important question, we can build a future where we genuinely trust the technology that's there to help us when we need it most.